Hey, how's everybody doing? Doing. It's the weekend, baby. So, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not, well, thank you for coming back. It is another weekend AMA. Every week we do a AMA where I sit here, I answer your questions, I tell you a little bit about how I've been, I vent a little, and then we try to do a little bit of mentoring, a little bit of help. I think it's crucial, and that's the name of the game. How have I been? I've been good, man. I've been in the zone lately. I don't know what kicked it off, but I've been digging it. So if anyone saw the if anyone saw the image in the community tab or whatnot of like, you want to see what a crazed man looks like when he's coding, like that is an accurate statement of what I. Yeah, let's just bring it up in case anyone wants to know how, like, sometimes your boy gets a little crazy, and like right here, like, this is me in the zone right here, just about it, just in it to win it. Start writing things on the board. Like, it's gonna be good, but that's my next 6-month project. But life is good, man. Yeah, so I have to actually figure out what I'm gonna do for the next video series. So last couple weeks we've been doing the solid principles, which is fantastic. I don't have I have some Codecademy videos that I'll be putting out, just for fun. Some stuff, some new stuff here or there. Working on the course. I don't know. What is on the board? 100 topics that I'm trying to cover in my upcoming course. Love the async videos. You're welcome, man. There's a couple on there that I haven't done before. That'd be kind of nice. So I think that's going to be what I end up doing. Is web development saturated? Seriously, man. I mean, here's the thing: everything's saturated if you're bad, right? That's always that's always the go-to excuse as to why people can't get jobs. It's ageism, it's sexism, it's saturation. There's not enough jobs. It doesn't matter. So the point is like, you have to just get good and get better, and people hire you, no matter what the issue is. My 100 algorithms course is really good. I know. You're welcome, and I encourage you all to get it for $9.99 in the description below, so you could ace your technical interview. My 2019 goals. Someone just reminded me what I want to put. What Monday's video is going to be about. 2019 goals. That seems like an excellent video topic idea. Yeah. How's it going? I'm good, man. I'm 1 second. I gotta go change into pants, man, or shorts. I'm like sweating in my own house, and I got the windows open for the cats, so they I'm not gonna turn the AC on because it's just a waste. But I'm gonna put on some shorts. Where are my shorts? There. Cool. So 2019 goals. Okay. Hopefully this is coming in. Should be. 2019 goals. Well, I have a book, a course I want to finish. I have a book I'm writing, a course I'm building, and I'm going to a conference this year. DevFest Orlando, if anyone's interested, January 19th, I believe. So that's one thing. I want to go to conference. I want to speak at some meetups this year. That's something I want to do. I don't really know what I'm going to talk about yet. Probably JavaScript, probably front end. That's another goal of mine. But yeah, those are the main goals. I also want to get back in shape, which means about 20 pounds I need to lose. So I'm about 190. Need to get down. Would you do any virtual speaking? I sort of do. Occasionally through code.org, I'll volunteer. And when they call me, and I'll give some talks to children over the internet, as well as help plan lesson plans. And I do mentoring for an hourly rate if anyone's interested. But I've never thought about virtually speaking. If they paid me, I definitely do it. If they don't, maybe. I don't know. Moritz Drakovovitz, that's what this time is about, man. Ask questions away. You guys don't need to ask permission. This is what this is about every day. My mentors have been telling me to stay away from AsyncAwait for now, for a while, learning how to work with APIs. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that statement. It's a little strange. AsyncAwait is nothing more than a different way to handle promises to a degree. You have to do some additional stuff. It's a shorthand way of stuff instead of having nesting. Either you're misinterpreting what they're saying, or you need to get a better mentor. That's the truth of the matter. AsyncAwait. Let's give a little demonstration of the only difference between AsyncAwait for the most part. Let's see here. All right. Let me turn this light off. It might have better stuff. It's all right too, though. Cat gets all nervous when I move this thing. That's not any better. So AsyncAwait. I get some API. Let's just talk about what AsyncAwait is doing and what then is doing. So AsyncAwait is just a different way of handling a promise. What is a promise? A promise is something that's going to happen at a later date, some asynchronous code. So could be something like an API is the most common example. So API, you go and get the data. It's asynchronous, meaning that it has to go retrieve it, sends a request asking for it, sends back, say, yeah, we got it. Sends a request saying, give it to me. Sends it back. All right, here it is. That takes time, right? And typically your code goes step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 1 finishes, goes step 2, step goes 3. Asynchronous code goes step 1, says, oh, 2 and 3 are asynchronous. Jump to step 4. Oh, 2 is done. And so what ends up happening is it starts going 1, 4, 2, 3 once these complete, right? So it's just a very brief understanding of how asynchronous and synchronous code differ. Now, what async and await does is async. Say we have a function and we make it asynchronous. What this is going to do is, let's pretend this is TypeScript. This is going to return a promise of some type. Right now, we'll just put any. You can think of it as a Boolean or a string, a void, meaning it doesn't return anything. So this async keyword allows us to await certain API calls. Let's just say we have a get data API call. So what this is going to do is it is now going to treat that asynchronous code. Remember the one that would, if we didn't treat it synchronously, went 1, 4, or 1, 4, 2, 3 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to treat this asynchronously. So we expect line 1, then 2, then 3. So this isn't going to complete till then. Now, if they're telling you not to use it, there has to be a reason why. Chances are that you don't need your code to be acted synchronously, right? So like await, this data is the equivalent of, let's say some HTTP.get and then your route, right? And then dot then. And then you have your data, right? And then this would be like a fetch call, right? Fetch. Sorry, it's been a while since I've used fetch directly, but you guys get the idea. So that data, and then we would do something with that data when it completes. And this would be treated asynchronously, while this is treated synchronously. And so the only difference really is that we can also call catch on this, like so, and then we catch our error. But if we're doing our async properly, we've wrapped it in a try catch. So we get our data here, and we're awaiting it if that's what we need it to do, and then we're catching it this way instead. So it depends on what your use case is, but the point being, the point I'm trying to get across is that there's nothing bad about using async and await. Just be aware of what you're doing. It's like the equivalent of saying it's bad to use strings. Why? Do you have a reason, or you just don't like strings? And async await, if you have a reason to use it, is very good. I would suggest you get for 2019 get a digital drawing pad. I don't make enough money on YouTube to give a shit about getting a digital drawing pad. Does it look bad to use a language like JavaScript for solving algorithm problems? Not if you're interviewing for a JavaScript role. I'm used to basic things like forms and that kind of stuff. Any tips or life hacks? Life hacks for coding is just build things. That's it. If that's what you're looking for, like a shortcut, not really. Can't say anything too bad. I'm not doing it again. Should you use functional programming over object-oriented programming? I personally prefer object-oriented programming. I think it lends itself to ease of use, and if done right, readability. But with that being said, I've pretty much only worked in object-oriented approach and not too much programming. AsyncAwait does look prettier than several nested fetch then calls, which is why you would use it. Do you think that one of the reasons people who are having trouble finding jobs is that they're applying too early? No. I think a lot of times people are A, not prepared, B, don't have a good-looking resume, LinkedIn, GitHub, or website. Like, that's it. Those 5 things. And, like, you need to be prepared and know how to interview. So, and you're not filling out enough job apps. You should be filling out job apps every single day if you're looking for a job. So when you use functional programming over object-oriented programming, well, sometimes it's defined by the framework you're using, right? React, with how they handle state management, is in a functional way, while Angular is typically in a object-oriented way. Opinion on getting AWS certification is a great idea. Nothing says that you actually meet the requirement for a technology like a certification. It's going to help get through that HR firewall. Thoughts on good social skills for coders? Absolutely critical. Communication is key. One reason that I do so well in interviews is I am comfortable talking and elaborating on things and being honest. People don't like the bullshit. And to do that, you have to be natural. You have to be yourself. A lot of people aren't themselves. in interviews. So I'd encourage you to work on communication at the very least. Do I find myself building out tools to make my workflow more efficient? On occasion, more like component libraries and tools. I mean, if there's something that I need, I typically will look to see if it exists. You know, what I mean is, do you think there are those that take one Udemy course and believe they're truly ready after a month? Yeah, there is, all the time, without a doubt. Yeah, I work with Azure. These headphones, I don't even know, man. I just asked my coworkers what they got. I don't even really like them all that much, to be honest. Do I want to be a software developer in 5 or 10 years? Yeah, I don't see why I wouldn't be. Opinion on Ruby. So I'm sure everyone here watches Traversy Media, and I love him to death. I think he's a national treasure of software engineering. All right, this is how highly I think of Traversy Media. Brad, I think not only do I think he's an excellent teacher, and he's done so much good for the education space. I think he is as far as just being a quality act of a gentleman. Um, he is either the best actor known around, or he's just a good man. But because he is such a good man, oftentimes he will, like I say this because I just watched his 2019 video, and he will never tell you not to do something, to go for it, to be that Ruby developer you want to be. Here's the thing about Ruby. Um, it's been going down. There's less jobs, which means the people who already know Ruby, who have years of experience, they're going to just keep beating you out, keep beating you out. Can you get a job in Ruby if you don't have any experience and you just want to get going? Absolutely. Of course you can. It's going to be harder. It's going to be an uphill battle. So my advice and my opinion on Ruby on Rails, is stay away if you're just getting going. And whatever boot camps are teaching, learn that. And you're saying, well, Dylan, why are you saying learn whatever boot camps are teaching? What the majority are, because curriculum varies. Well, because a boot camp has two main jobs. One, to teach you to code, but it's real thing. It's a real moneymaker. The thing that keeps people coming back and back is two, to get you a job. And to get you a job, they have to be teaching you things that are in demand. That's the only reason people go to boot camps. The majority of people, I should say, go to boot camps is to get a job, to get a career. A lot of times people did what I'm sure a lot of people in here chat did. They went to college, they took out 40 grand in loans, they graduated with a degree that gave them a job in poverty, and and they said, you know what, I can't get a job, B, I can't get a job for more than $15 an hour, so why did I take out 4 to 5 years of my life of $40,000? These are real questions and real circumstances that happen to a lot of people. All right. So the reason people go to boot camps is to get a job. And the reason boot camps still exist is because they get people jobs that put in the work and learn, but they can only do that if they teach up-to-date curriculum. Go and look at most of the boot camps out there. There are a few that teach Ruby, that those are just bad boot camps. The majority of boot camps aren't teaching Ruby on Rails anymore. There's a reason for it. I missed this. I missed my essential oil diffuser. It's been out of commission for about a week and a half. I haven't had a chance to review Lambda Bootcamp, but it sounds familiar. And like Tech says, he got a job working in Ruby on Rails, and there's always going to be exceptions to the rules, right? For every time I tell you 9 out of 10 times, there's 1 out of 10 person to tell you, shut up, Dylan, I did it right. All right, because that's just the way of the world, right? We're talking about like 1.5 million software jobs in America or something like that, some ridiculous number. And then degrees are loved by corporate companies, without a doubt. There's companies that won't even consider me for roles because I don't have a degree. But most will. You know why? You know why? Because I have tens of millions of minutes watched teaching people software engineering. Think about that. That statement alone. Tens of millions of minutes watched educating people on software engineering. I've worked with countless different companies. Let's go ahead and just list off some. I'm just pull up my resume real quick. And so you have to, there's still, but without a doubt, still companies who just tell me, Dylan, you ain't shit. Sorry, you need a degree. I've released 4 courses on Udemy. My JavaScript course, if you go and see it on Udemy, it's a bestseller according to Udemy standards. I've worked with countless organizations that have been software related. Scrimba, been contracted out to build 3 different separate courses for them, all JavaScript. Udemy, Free Code Camp, Dev Mountain, Hacksaw Academy, Code.org, GoDaddy, Coder Cloud IDE. I volunteer through Code.org. I have 6 certifications, working on 2 more. But yeah, man, you just have to. Do you need a degree? It helps, without a doubt. You never hear me tell you a degree is going to hurt you. Maybe financially, maybe time, but it's not going to hurt you in getting a job or making money or anything else. Might help you make money, but not in getting a job. Yeah. Look, man, if I can interview at Facebook, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, these are all companies I've interviewed with multiple times. If they're willing to interview me, it's just a way. You just have to work hard to get there. That's all. A lot of people can't work hard. I say this all the time. Everyone has the ability to work hard, but for how long? Mine's about 5 years. So I can work hard every day for about 5 years. And I say that because I've been doing it for about 4. It's taken me roughly 4 years to get from making $20,000 to about $150,000. So that has all been hard work to get to what I need to do to be smart with my decisions, smart with my effort, put some things in the past and say, you know what, man, I'm just gonna put that on hold. I got goals, I got dreams. I'm working forward every single day. I'm not saying not to enjoy life, but most people, they can work hard 5 days. Whew! They put in 40 hours a week. They're done. Done. They don't do shit after work. They don't do shit before work. They don't do shit on the weekends. That's the average person. That's unfortunate. I don't want you guys to be average. I don't want to be average. I want to be better than that. I want you to be somebody who looks at the other 90% of people who aren't happy You know, was 70% of people hate their job? Don't be one of those people. Be one of those people that love their job. Be one of those people that when you hate your job, you're good enough to go and get another job. What specific advantages does Agree give you? The biggest specific advantage is it gives you a easy in to the HR firewall. That's the biggest advantage. You gonna stop next year? Nah, I need a break though. I told April. I promised April. April's telling me I need to stop working so much. So 5 years. I told her I need one more year because I told her 4 years ago. Look, I'm unhappy. I know what I need to do to be successful, and I know I can do it. I'm gonna work every single day for 5 years and see where it gets me. And we're about 4 years in, and like, it sounds good, right? It sounds like one of those moments where you're like, yeah, man, and then like you don't have a motivational video to watch to keep you going, and so you just, and then you put in your 40 hours, you're done. But not me. I'm not gonna go back to delivering pizzas now. I actually am gonna spend more time learning finance. So that's sort of what I want to do. I want to learn to invest. Actually learn, not just put my money in some shit and hope that works. Start learning day trading. Start learning things like that. Learn about real estate. So that's where I'm going to be putting my mental energy, those extra hours, not in software. I'll always continue getting better at software, and maybe not at the same way, but that's where at the end of 5 years I'm going to spend money on finance. Spend time rather on learning finance. Or practicing pen and paper programming during the week and practicing coding on the computer help you to become a better programmer? I suppose it would, but I would tell you what would make you even better is just practicing on computer and then on during the weekdays and practicing on the weekends. There's no need to do code on pen and paper. You should on occasion practice on whiteboards and things like that, but that's about it. April's coming back. Where's my bay? Would you say regular programmers are nocturnal? No, I'd say young men are, which is probably most people. Am I watching crypto? Not really, man. Oh my goodness. Whew. I just left some money in there. Granted, it was mainly profit, but that crypto, that crypto's hard to stomach. Biggest trends for 2019 in web dev? I think you're going to be seeing more TypeScript. I agreed with Brad on that. I love it, and I think it's going to become de facto. I think you're going to see. What else would we say we're going to see in web dev? Am I Jewish? No, not by religion, but by heritage, I suppose. Yes. Let's see. I don't really know. I think I have such a hard time predicting these things. I can only tell you what I see based off the job market, and the job market is React is doing very well. Still plenty of jobs in Angular, but React is doing very well. People are tending to like, which means to me, one, they are functional programming is growing because it's definitely the way of the world with Redux. So you may see more and more functional programming. Why I feel like object oriented has dominated for quite some time. John Jones versus Gustafson. Let's see. What's Gustafson's first last name? There. You know what? I'm gonna go for Alexander Gustafson. That's what I would say. I think honestly this whole failing of a drug test thing is gonna get in John's head a little bit, but Gustafson. Although John Jones never been defeated, man. It's almost. I take it back. I'm gonna give it to Jones. You gotta go with the undefeated guy every time. I'm giving it to Jones. I look like an atheist. I don't really give religion much thought, so I suppose I'd fall into that category. Enjoyed your video with Eric about goals in 2019. I didn't even know that was out yet. I filmed that like a day ago with him. Is there a way to get in the software engineering industry without doing web/mobile dev? You just have to find a niche that you want to go into. You want to do game development. You want to do desktop development. I mean, there's more jobs in web and mobile, I believe, than anything else. Are web dev considered software devs, or are they just going to switch to software dev? I mean, it depends who you ask. You ask somebody who doesn't appreciate front end, they'll say no. To me, I'd say yes. The front end, especially with TypeScript, and like front end is getting more and more complicated every day. And most people who are software devs and don't consider web devs would never in a million years jump into the front end. How much or how little have you done investing day trading? Very little. YouTube as a website, I think is fine. I think the thing I like about YouTube from a creator standpoint is they try things. If they work, they keep them. If they don't, they get rid of them. I can appreciate that. Can you talk about developers' side hustles besides YouTube? You can build a course. You can. I just got off the phone with a company that that helps mentor bootcamp people, and so they're going to pay me $40, $50 an hour, something like that, which is kind of low for me to do side hustle work, but it's something that I think I would enjoy, so I'm considering it. But they're going to have me help mentor people who are learning JavaScript. You could launch a mobile app with ads. You could build a web application, start a freemium service. You have the tools and the abilities to do anything. Why do most YouTubers downplay the importance of data structures and algorithms? I mean, it depends on what it is you're trying to accomplish. Oftentimes, it's in the front end, it definitely doesn't matter. But when you're manipulating large sets of data, which you shouldn't be doing in the front end, it's going to matter a little bit more. Yeah, the Angular crypto course is fun, man. It's definitely a nice little entry-level project. How many TDDers have you run into in the field? So I am the head of the testing and quality committee, with test-driven development being one of our main tenets. It's actually one of the things that we are we are a very big advocate of at my work. Good for you, Nate Spring. You're just gonna keep with it and do well. What happened to Dolan, the Wix developer? I don't know, man. Dolan, I don't know what to do about Dolan. How important is visual design side of the dev? It just kind of depends, right? It's that's more of the UI UX domain, but it's equally important. Always coding when to have a life when you don't need to work anymore. Isn't $50 like half my rate of my? Yeah, so like if I freelance, I charge $125 an hour. But this is something that'd be maybe steady and consistent. And if I did 4 hours in a single day, I might be happy with that. And just so right, like normally I wouldn't even consider it, but I'm trying to pay the house off as quickly as possible, and so until I have another consistent thing, I might do it. I haven't fully decided. Is front end a career or just the first step to full stack development? No, I do front end pretty much exclusively. You should be able to do full stack if you're a good front end developer. You just have to put a little bit more time into different technologies. My question is, do you find a career in dev is harder than a career as an engineer? Well, I can't really speak to that. I will say that of my engineering buddies, they have less options and less jobs out there compared to a software engineer. Um, so. Would I ever consider learning WordPress now? Should those with a college degree go the full stack route? Without full stack always helps, man, because it's gonna allow you to be more applicable to jobs. Like instead of being able to apply to 10 jobs, you'll be able to apply to 20. So there's that working for you. And I honestly think, especially for the majority of your jobs when you're getting going, because you don't have a network yet, is the best thing you can do is just a pure mass approach. Like the more the merrier. Yeah, the more I think about this, John Jones gonna murk him. But you know, could be wrong. I've been wrong before. You guys think I should buy a Nintendo Switch? Why don't I move to? Do I think IT will still be a good field? I think it'll be one of only a few good fields. Why don't I move to San Francisco Bay Area for higher salaries? I've had job offers for like $20,000-$30,000 more than I'm making in San Francisco. But realistically, for me to get paid the same, because by the way, so let's just talk about California state tax. So the state tax rate. So Jesus Christ. I'm in one of those calculators right now. So just by me going to California, if I didn't get a pay raise, I would lose $6,609 a year. That would be what I would lose in just state taxes. So estimated, because after deductions is what they're saying. Now, on top of that, you have a cost of living that is so much higher. So let's compare California versus Florida cost of living 2018. And it's only going up. So here's the thing. Say my salary is 100,000 in Florida. To make an equivalent in Orlando, Florida, to make an equivalent in Los Angeles, and by the way, Orlando's pretty pricey. I would have to get $73,577 more and a year. I would need a almost 75% pay bump to have the same quality of life in in Los Angeles, Florida. Not even talking about San Francisco, which is even more expensive. In Los Angeles, Florida, to what it is in Orlando, Florida. So let's see. I'll compare my exact city. Okay, here it is. In Tampa, Florida. I didn't think it was gonna be this bad. So people ask me, "What? Hey, Dylan, why don't you take a job in San Francisco and get a higher salary?" According to bestplaces.net, let's look at this together. All right. According to bestplaces.net, the $100,000 in Tampa is equivalent to $280,000 in San Francisco, California. Look, if someone wants to offer me $280,000, tell you what, cut you a deal at $250. If you want to offer me $250,000 to work in SF, I'll sleep in my car for a year, save every dollar I can, sleep in parking lots. All right. So when the average home price in SF is $1.3 million, get out of here. So no, it's not worth it. People are fools living in San Francisco. There's only one reason I go to San Francisco, for only a couple jobs. Microsoft, Google, Facebook. Three companies. I'd go work in San Francisco for. God. Yeah, Grinder. Yeah, also Grinder. You got me. I forgot about Grinder. I'm going down the rabbit hole. I'm good, man. The house is good. I'm happy. No complaints from me, man. Oh man. Oh, I always forget. Like the video, subscribe, and share. Yeah, man. Cats are good. Huh, Milo? Huh? I don't think. Can you guys see Tito's little ears popping up under the? That's my boys. Ugh. You got the bro you don't even code sweater. Good for you, man. Rocking it. Think about making my own business. Eh. I mean, I rather build web applications and just hope they make me passive incomes. I mean, that's really the game plan right now. Do you have any advice? Yeah, don't use Flash. Flash has been deprecated in browsers and turned off by default for quite some time. That's my advice. They say streams lower your ability to what? When is your new course drop in like 6 months, dude? I've been spending all week just building out the syllabus. It's gonna be a while. Pizza poker guy, look at that. We got OG in here. Greg, I'm not sure what you're saying, man, about put about 2, 3, 4 hours a day. They say streams lower your ability to be found on YouTube. I don't know what to tell you, man. If I wanted to do YouTube for videos, for like for to be found, that'd be one thing. I do these because I think they provide value. I think you guys like them. I like them. I like to talk about software. I like to shoot the shit. So, um, you know, but that definitely means that y'all need to start sending me your money via buy new demi courses fan funding. Otherwise, this shit stops today. Today. All right. If I don't get the monies, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. Uh, you leveled up to React Master, poor guy. Dylan looks like a league guy. I used to, man. That used to be my jam. Not quite so much anymore. I think Codecademy and Free Code Camp is a great resource, but it's just one of many. Do I feel well rested? Not lately. I've been having some sleep issues that I need to resolve. How long have you been going? Long enough, man. Long enough. Are you creating a dev course? Yes, I am. It is going to be phenomenal. It really is. What am I looking forward to 2019? My very first conference. My first real conference. When I wrote blogs for a data center in Los Angeles, I went to a conference. So I'm looking forward to the conference. What's the ETA for the course? 3 to 6 months. It's a big course. It's gonna be a while. Do you think you can make more income doing Udemy courses or developing software for companies? Right now, developing software for companies. What's the new course about? It's 100 topics related to front-end software engineering. It's gonna have 30 projects, integrate 20 to 25 APIs. It's gonna be low level, high level. It's gonna cover things. Well, let's look at a list here. So, the master list. Everything you see on here is a topic, a different topic that will be discussed, So we're going to be talking about server-side JavaScript. We're going to be talking about client-side JavaScript. We're going to be talking about advanced web dev, API standards, which means we're going to be going over things like REST and SOAP. We're going to be talking about TypeScript. We're going to be talking about HTML, CSS methodologies and best practices, things like mobile first, responsive design, a couple other things, various CSS frameworks, Bootstrap, Bulma, Materialize, things like that, CSS preprocessors. We're going to be going over multiple different testing libraries, such as Jasmine, Protractor, Mocha, Chai, and a couple others. We're going to be talking about testing best practices, things like TDD, unit testing. We're going to be going over Agile, Scrum, and Kanban. Various front-end frameworks, such as Angular, Vue, and React, jQuery, a couple others. We're going to be talking about package managers and build tools, NPM, Yarn, Webpack. We're going to have an entire section devoted to on-the-job skills, teaching you how to do pull requests properly, pair programming, business relations, the software development life cycle, Gherkin acceptance criteria. We're going to talk about debugging. That means we're going to go in the browser dev tools optimization. We're going to be talking about career, things like mentoring, going to meetups, communication, money, contract negotiations. So there's 100 topics on here, and it's actually growing and getting refined. And what you saw, but yeah, so that's why it's going to take 3 to 6 months. I'm working on it. I've been working on it every single day. These are all the topics. Right now, I'm building out the actual syllabus. So this job, my goal with this course is for you guys to get $100,000 job offers as a front-end software engineer. If you do the course, you master this. This is everything I know, and I've gotten multiple six-figure offers. And I'm nothing special, man. I'm just your average dude. I took an entire 2-3 days thinking of every absolute thing, looking at job applications, seeing what people are hiring for. There won't be a front-end software engineer job that's not related to WordPress that you need a skill for after you take this course. So it's beginner advanced. You can start at knowing absolutely nothing to being better than me or as good as me plus, right? That's why we start with 30 different projects. I'm estimating it's going to be 50 to 100 hours of content. Not only that, but I'm going to offer a second version. So you get it for like $20. Would being your JavaScript course be a prerequisite? Absolutely not. It'd be helpful, but we're going over JavaScript in like 8 different sections. So it's going to be like $20 on Udemy, like any other course, but I'm also going to offer it on another site. You say, damn, Dylan, that's a lot of stuff to happen. I'm going from beginner to advanced. It's probably going to take me a couple months to do this course. I'm going to be building 30 projects. I really wish that you could be there to help me out along the way. I wish that, we could sit down for 30 minutes once every 2 weeks for 30 minutes and We could pair program together. You could ask me, hey, how could I refactor this to make it better? You could review my projects. I could maybe have some mentoring about it. Guess what? There's going to be another site where you can buy it for, I don't know, $100 a month, and we'll sit down, and there'll be multiple study sessions with groups of people and one-on-ones where you can ask questions. And so not only do you get the course, but you also get a resource for someone to review your project, someone to sit down and give you career advice if you want that. If you don't, it's $20 on Udemy. But there'll be that aspect to it as well. So it's a grand course. It's something that I think will be excellent. It's for everybody. And that's the thing. I don't want to cut people out, right? I don't want to be like, it's $500 a month. No, $100 a month. If you can't afford it, I understand. I've been broke most of my life. So that's the idea here. We want to get you guys up and going. This isn't about to get you, it's not about making money. It's always about making money, but it is about getting you to where you need to go. So even if you've achieved your ideal salary, you're going to learn something from this course. So so I'm excited about it. I'm working out the curriculum every single day. Every single day, I'm putting about an hour and a half into the course, and I haven't even filmed anything. I'm literally just building it out piece by piece by piece. Yeah, so it's going to be fun. I'm hoping I'll put all day tomorrow, all day the next day, building out the projects, just defining the projects, building the repos, doing all that sort of stuff. Do you ever get bored with front end? I like front end, man. But no, I do. I get bored with everything. So, with that being said, guys, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so 90%, so to the psychology in it, 90% of it is technologies, methodologies, but there's about 10 topics where we're going to talk about career growth, we're going to talk about contract negotiations, focus, motivation, things that are a little less technical but just as important. Yeah, so lots of stuff going on here in the master list. I appreciate you all. Don't forget to check out my courses, current courses, in the description below. The 100 algorithm challenge will help you get that next job. Sorry, I got distracted. Get that next that next pay bump. Get that next pass that next technical interview. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.